What's an iconic moment?
Of course.
Oh my god!
Oh
What?
my god, your mods and viewers are so annoying sometimes, man.
No, there's no
cool.
excuse for that, by the way.
Second place.
I'm in disbelief.
Fucking one. I think it's
1950,
the most shocking.
bro, even if that happened in 2022, that shouldn't even make top 10.
Right, in all of my years, I've never heard someone say, "Oh, that."
Yo, what is everyone saying? Welcome back to another episode of the Total Natty Pod. Now, with 2 days of no World Cup games, we have been suffering. So we're going to be running it back with a bit of nostalgia. We're going to be doing another top 10 video back-to-back weeks. I know you man love a top 10 video. And this week, we're going to be giving our top 10 most iconic World Cup moments of all time. And on the panel today, we have a man who, he doesn't give a damn about Pablo Aimar. He just wants to see England win the World Cup. Denman, how are you feeling, sir?
I'm happy, I'm confident, and I'm happy to be back on the pod. This is a good one. I'm looking forward to this one. I think this one's going to be quite fun. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I think the people are
It's a bit of nostalgia. Nobody can be right or wrong, really, innit? Next up, I have a feeling that this guy's most iconic moment of all time probably happened like a week and a half ago. Yaz, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Glad to be here again for top 10. Excited for this one as well.
Back-to-back appearances. He's becoming a first teamer somewhere. It's crazy. And lastly, we have a diverse range of nationalities represented on this panel and, of course, the mod team. And this man ensures that we have also got age representation. He can tell us about all the stuff that happened in 1972. Mav, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I wonder, do you sit down and write these taglines like, yeah, this one's gonna be good today? Because sometimes they're corkers, I'll be honest.
I absolutely do. I can't lie to you. I give a little line for each person before I jump on. Of course I do, man. Now, I'm sure you don't know the rules by now, but just in case someone's watching for the first time, I'll go through it again. Why not? The four of us on the panel, as well as 5 very highly respected mods and or viewers, have given me their list of their most iconic moments, shocking moments, goals, games, crazy incidents, whatever it may be, is their own personal opinion. Now, of course, if you come first in someone's list, that's 10 points. Second place is 9 points. Third place, 8 points. Blah, blah, blah. You get the point. And so if somebody's last on your list, that gets them 1 solitary point. Now, it doesn't take manual akanji to understand and calculate that if you have 9 people with a maximum of 10 points, that means you can get a total of 90 points. So, like last week, I'm going to save bare time. I'm going to breeze through all the ones I didn't really get that many points, but we've got to pay homage regardless. I'm just fly through them. Mav has given us Rivaldo play acting in 2002. Couldn't care less about that. I can't lie. It is what it is. Well done, mate. David Luiz free kick from Alfie. I guess it's nice for the Twitter meme, but wasn't that special. One that I kind of felt like could have got a bit higher. David Beckham's red card. We have Mav and Ted voting for that one. We've also got Brazil winning the World Cup in 2002 by Ted. France putting in a stinker in 2010. Not sure how that's a iconic moment. It looked cool in the Anelka documentary, but fair enough. We've got Tyler giving us Forlan Jabulani. Well done, mate. England, Colombia penalty shootout. Again, massive English tax there. Then over to Haf. Haf has given us 1974, the Cruyff turn. Again,
Who gave that?
No idea why he thinks that's like it's a nice skill, don't get me wrong, but like, come on, bro. Most iconic moments you tell me about.
Oh, nah. Come on, man.
They saw him do the Cruyff turn in the moment and they just haven't forgot about it since. Is that what's going on? Jeez.
Well, also from Hav and Carl this time, we have Nuremberg 06, which I can't lie was close to being on my list. Nuremberg 06 is the Battle of Nuremberg. It's the game Portugal, Netherlands, where there was 4 red cards, 16 yellows. Crazy game, but just about missed out on my list. Haf has also put, now this one is heavy bias. I understand why. He's Moroccan. So he, as you can imagine, has put Morocco versus Spain last night.
Understand it. I actually understand
I get it.
Fair
You know,
enough.
I get it.
As well, like.
You know,
I was close.
I wouldn't say it's iconic because of what's happened this World Cup, but for him, then I get why it's iconic, innit?
As a moment.
Because like the
100%.
emotional attachment and everything, like it makes sense.
And the last 6 that we have on here before we get into our actual ones that we can actually discuss. My good friend Yaz, wonderful guy. I'm glad you put it because I couldn't really do it with any chest. He's put Asamoah celebrations. Fantastic one from you there, Yaz. However, his next one that he's got in his list is Japan to Belgium 3.
Massive bias, I can't lie, but one of my favorite games.
Yeah, but that all-timer, fair enough, man. Yas has also given us a Mascherano tackle on Mascherano tackle on
Yes.
Iron Robin.
Yeah.
Why is that? Like I said, I'm not going to discuss these ones, but there's only 3 more afterwards. So why is a Mascherano tackle on your top 10 all-time list?
Because it was just an insane tackle. I can't lie. Nothing else to say. I just like the tackle.
So you know when Kimpembe does his hamstring and gets
no,
back
no,
and
no.
does the tackle?
That's an all-time
good
moment.
moments.
No,
Is that in there?
no. That's like against Clermont Foot in the league. But this is the World Cup biggest stage.
Clermont. Jeez.
Fair enough. And the last 3, Denman has one here. He's given us Mario Götze's winner, 2014. I hear it. To me, it didn't really mean that much. Like, it was a nice goal. I guess, Denman, that was one of your
Yeah, it's just something I can't
moments.
remember, and obviously stopping Messi winning the World Cup, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah,
that's why I put it down as
makes
iconic,
sense.
but yeah.
Messi catching strays already. It's been 6 minutes. Fair enough, man. And the last 2 that don't make it onto our top 20 list, I suppose, they were put in by me. One of them, I feel like could have been a bit more rated. I can't lie. It was R9 versus Ghana 2006. It's the goal that got the record. It's the one that I remember vividly because obviously I'm a Ghanaian. And R9 went round the keeper, signature goal to make it 3-0 in the... It was around the 16, and that got him the record. So for me, that was iconic. And lastly, I put on my list a moment that I think should have been higher, and it should be in the top 10 even. It is Luis Suarez crying after Ghana lost 2-0. What an iconic moment.
Of course you put
Those
that in.
photographs will live in the memory for the next 10, 20, 30 years. But that is the other names there. Again, like I said, those guys didn't really get anything. They all got like 4 points or less. So they were always like last or ninth on somebody's list. Now we have our honorable mentions. There are 3 that are joined together in 20th place, I suppose you can say. So the first one, I'm going to just not say too much because it's only Callum that's put him in. It is Pele in 1958. He's given 5 points.
All right, man.
I genuinely, I don't know what to say. Like, Fairs, hold tight Pele. We wish him the best of luck in the recovery, but I don't know much about, like, what individual moment that was. So
I'm tired.
Congrats on that one. Tedinho has given 5 points. R9 being drugged before the final 1998.
Oh my god!
Oh
What?
my god, your mods and viewers are so annoying sometimes, man. They're just so
That is
annoying.
his
Was that Ted?
most
Was that Ted?
iconic, but
Yeah.
That was Ted. He is given R9 being
I
drugged
like Ted,
before the
but-
final. I mean, you know what? As mad as it is, I kind of get it. Like, it is a very memorable thing, even for guys that were not born
Amenyah,
or
did it make your
watching
top
football.
10?
No, it didn't.
All right, cool. Say no more then.
It was only Ted. It was only Ted.
No one's top 10 ever apart from Ted.
Yeah. Well, this last one in 20th, actually, I had this thing in, and someone else did. It was myself and Alfie joined together on this one. It was a goal scored by a player who is known mostly for kicking ball in the World Cup. It is James Rodriguez, the volley for Colombia.
Fair enough.
That is what we've put in there. So I feel like that one could have been shown a bit more love. I get that it didn't really lead to anything crazy in the end, but when you think of like all-time World Cup goals, for me, that one like ranks highly. And obviously, like I told you guys, man, when living in Colombia for a while, today I feel Colombian. So
No, that
that one is there.
It is.
it's a mad goal,
It's
innit? Like, you
definitely-
gotta respect
up
it.
there. It's definitely up there for sure.
Bro, there's so many things which have happened in the World Cup, though,
There's
innit?
so-
Like,
there's
that, like,
so
Yeah, oh,
many,
loads.
So many.
Loads.
like, I'm looking at
Yeah.
my list and I'm thinking, yeah, like all these are well iconic, but obviously other people will have different things which are more iconic for them as well.
Yeah.
Like, so
People at different
Therefore.
ages, as
Yeah, yeah.
you like to point out, I'm like 45, so...
Well, funny you should say that, Demon, because the next one here, in 18th, we have 2 that both have 6 points. One of them is yours. You have put... Let me just verify that it's definitely you before I make it. No, it is definitely you. You have put CR7's Wink versus England.
oh yeah, yeah.
One of
After getting
your
Rudy sent off.
all-time.
Oh, no.
Yes, yes.
Oh, no. Oh, Demon, no. Please, no. No,
What?
you haven't.
What's wrong with that?
Huh?
What's wrong with that? You're not allowed to put that.
Why was it the Euros or was it the Euros or something? Because I thought it was the World Cup.
Absolutely was at the Euros. So
No, but why are you not? But why are you?
Legit, it didn't even clock in my head.
Absolutely at the Euros. So it would be great if we were including Euros moments
Wow.
in the top 10 World Cup moments. That would be absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
So wait, what was Amenyah? What were you making noise about then? Because you must have thought it was.
I was just asking what Mav felt was because Mav said he was like, "Oh, you're not gonna put that in there." So I was asking that, how come?
I just didn't even. I just literally read down because I just thought it was the World Cup, innit? Like,
Fair enough.
this is so long ago.
Well, like I said, it didn't ruin our top 10, so don't worry about that one.
I
mate.
imagine if that had got into top 10 somehow. Oh Lord.
Joining that Euros moment on 18th place / 19th or whatever, only Alfie has this in quite high up. It is Nigel de Jong booting Alonso in the chest.
It did enter my head. It's one of those
That's
things that
mad.
enters my head.
It's therefore a memorable one.
But it didn't get put in.
Yeah, fair enough. And we go onwards again. In the honorable mentions, there's quite a few joints, but then in the top 10, it's just a nice pure top 10. So bear with us on all these joints, 7 points or whatever. 15th place, we have another 3 moments. The first one I'm going to give, again, it's Alfie, so we're going to just skip past it. It is a Gordon Banks save in 19 whatever year that was.
Bro,
Couldn't really care less. I think it was 1958 or something like that versus Pele, I believe.
Nah, I can't hear people put these.
I know what he's on about, but that's
I can't.
I feel like there's only 1 or 2 moments you can actually put in your top 10, which are before you're born.
Before you were born,
Yeah,
innit?
100%. There's no way you can
Hey,
put
no, but
save.
if he remembers that,
That's it's not. No, it's a Google job. It's a Google job. I can't lie. It's a Google job. It's as simple as that. I don't even know who said that, but
Alfie.
Alfie. I like Alfie, but that's a Google job.
Of course it is. Yeah, Mr. I've got ball knowledge again, as always, just throwing in some curveballs somewhere, man.
Well, Yaz is the only person who's put this next one on that's also joint 15th with us. He's given 7 points.
Oh.
For your all-time iconic moments, he's given the entire Qatar World Cup.
Oh my
yes.
god.
Yes, can you talk to us about that moment, please, mate?
I mean,
You have bent the rules.
there's 7 moments I could have picked. I just couldn't think of one. So I was like, you know what? I'll just put the entire World Cup so far. We've seen
Then I might as well put the whole World Cup itself as number one. I love the World Cup.
We've just seen the greatest,
trophy.
bro, the greatest group stage of all time. 7 upsets, big nations just getting knocked out. Suarez crying. Come on, man. The entire World Cup is a moment.
To be fair, we're watching Ronaldo's legacy crumble in front of his very own eyes. Yeah, it's been.
I guess it's a moment in time when you consider how much time has existed in the whole universe. I suppose, sure, it is a moment, but it's not quite the criteria.
I mean, I don't think it fits the rules, but I understand the sentiment. I really do, because political reasons aside, political arguments aside, Qatar World Cup has definitely been up there in World Cup status. By the way,
what are you on about in terms of on the pitch, Mav?
Yeah, football. We're talking.
I feel like a big reason of that as well is because it's in the middle of our footballing season as well. So players are knackered,
and I want them to do it more. Put the next one in the middle of the season too. If it gives us this, do it again. Do it again, man. Get it. I'm all for this.
I don't know about that one.
It is nice now, whilst we're living in the moment, that we've got games all the time and that. But I love a summer World Cup. I can't lie.
Fair enough. And the last moment joining them on the 15th place, only one person had it. It was one of the viewers. It's Callum. He's put in Carlos Alberto's goal, 1970.
Oh God! These guys need to stop being look how good my ball knowledge is, and putting bro, just put what you've seen. Please.
Do what I do. Don't worry about looking stupid. I put CR7's wink after Rooney. I thought it was in the World Cup, so I writ it down, innit?
Carlos Alberto, 1970, man.
What was that goal?
Blimey.
I don't even know that goal.
I think it was.
No, neither do I, neither do I, bro.
No, I think I recall it. There was bare passes, and then he's run down the right side, and he smashed it
Hey, Mav.
Yeah.
We know why Amenyah remembers that though, innit? It's his watch along that he does on Twitch, innit?
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, listen, 100%. I apologize for trying to expand my knowledge. Listen, you're lucky I didn't put Jaume Santos in this, bro. I would have put Jaume Santos, 1962, bro. That run he made.
Every time you speak about Brazilian players and past clips, Jaume Santos comes out of this man's mouth or off his keyboard every time. Every single time.
I'll rate it.
But it's important to pay homage to these players.
I'll rate it. You want to improve your knowledge in certain areas. I get it. And fair play. Like,
listen, it's allowing me to understand that guys like Garincha are massive frauds. And if that is what happens, then marvelous.
No, I hear
But
it.
anyway, speaking of frauds.
Oh, great.
Here we go.
14th place with 8 points. Denman has joined us here with a moment that wasn't really. I mean, it's the World Cup, but it was the qualifiers. It was a David Beckham free kick to get into the World Cup. So I guess we can allow it, but he's putting moments that are not really the World Cup.
I don't think that's that wrong, to be fair. A big reason as well. Like in my defence, I thought we was allowed to use like moments to get to the World Cup as well, because Amenyah did use it in the message to me as an example. Like in my defence, Amenyah.
Yeah, no, like I said, you're welcome to put whatever you want.
No, but you did use that as an example as well. Like,
if you want to put that in, you can put that. But I've not put that. I'm not going to give you an example of something that I've put. You can do whatever you like. I'm just saying, for me personally, my top 10 would have been filled with things that happened at the World Cup. That's all. But you can put that if you like. Like, as an England fan, sure, that's an amazing.
Yeah.
It's still the World Cup. It's still the World Cup.
If the rules were just for the World Cup tournament itself, then I wouldn't have put it in there. But
no, you haven't broken any rules.
Okay, that's good then.
You haven't broken any rules.
That's good then.
Don't worry, you haven't broken any rules. Don't worry.
That's good.
All right then. Now we have the last three that miss out on our top 10. They are all joined on 9 points. We have 3 moments here. One of them, I have it on very low down, and Yaz has it very high up. You can guess what it is. It's Saudi 2, Argentina 1. Yaz, chat to us, sir.
The greatest moment in footballing history in the Middle East after Morocco. Well, Morocco is not really the Middle East, but still, it's just a crazy moment that shocked the entire world, not just over here, but like everyone knows about Saudi now, and everyone is like continuously speaking about it to this day. So it's a moment for the history books, and everyone's gonna keep talking about it for years to come now, which is good.
Yeah. Probably the biggest shock of this World Cup so far, and it set the tone for how much chaos we're gonna get from this World Cup. And I enjoyed it, and the commentary was cold as well. So fair enough, can't really argue with that one. Another one in 11th, 12th, and 13th. This might be the biggest disgrace so far. There's been a lot of shocking ones already, but the fact that this is 11th place, don't panic, guys. It's none of you lot. Don't worry. It is one of the viewers. It's Haffinator. He has given 9 points.
Oh my Lord.
Does that mean he's put him second?
Yeah, second. Yeah.
Second place for this moment. When the Maracanã had record attendance in the 1950 World Cup.
Oh, for flip's sake, man! Like, this is what we're dealing with. Like,
ban him! Ban him!
The Maracanã record attendance figures.
Get that off.
Dear
in
Lord.
1950.
Get that off.
What, bro?
What, like,
Dear
genuine question.
God.
This is top 10 World Cup moments. In all honesty, right? In all of my years, I've never heard someone say, "Oh, that record attendance at Maracanã, we have to speak about that again." Like, never, ever has anyone ever done that.
Forget,
it might have been nodded to by a commentator every now and then. Gary Lineker might have thrown it in to show his knowledge in an intro to a game or something. But come on, man, what are we do? Second?
No, there's no excuse for that. By the way, I'm in disbelief. There's no excuse for that.
That's why I said
there's no excuse for that. It's 1950.
I think it's the most shocking.
Bro, even if that happened in 2022, that shouldn't even make top 10. Like, what am I hearing?
Oh man,
What's the place? What's the place called? What stadium, Amenyah?
The Maracanã, Brazil. The Maracanã.
Oh, yeah,
It was
get me out of here.
basically Denman. It was before there were rules and legislations on how many people you could have in a space. There was
Yeah, you just jump in,
there
bro.
weren't
Were they even
seats,
paying
everyone
tickets,
was
fam?
standing. So people literally went into a cement circle to watch football. That's
My dad done that, bro. My dad used to do that back in the day. Like, they just turn up whenever they want. Like, pay a pound on the door, get in, sorted.
Yeah.
Madness.
Yeah, not sure about that one.
That finished 11th.
Invoke your yes, 11th place because he gave it 9 points.
Leave it.
And the last moment, I suppose you could say, that misses out on our top 10, of course, joint 11th, also got 9 points. This time a bit more spread out, and I hear this one. It is a reasonable one to have. It is the Iniesta goal 2010 an incredible Fabregas assist as well.
Yeah.
None of us voted for it, but the Mods did, and I hear why that one's in, because most of us, that would be either your second or third World Cup that you've watched, maybe even your first World Cup for some of them. I don't know. So reasonable. It wasn't really like the game wasn't the most amazing for me. That's why I didn't really have it on my list, and I guess the same for you lot, innit?
Yeah,
I literally put things on my list which I could remember. Like, you saw how quick I got that list back to you. I just thought of off the top of my head. If it's iconic, I'll remember it. And if I've missed any out, I've missed any out.
Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. If you sit there and go, what are 10 things I can think of that are most iconic to me personally, and you can't think of something, it's clearly not that iconic to you personally.
That's right. That's right. So I was like this is the kind of one where it wasn't like a Google job for me.
Nah, not at all.
Either I remember it or I don't. It's not like one where...
I wish it was a Google job, because I wouldn't have put CR7's winking against Rooney, innit?
So that was 04 Euros, yeah?
I don't know why I put 06 on my list. I thought it was 06 for some reason.
I'm about to double check. But...
Yeah, please double check it, because
because I'll be honest, I didn't know either. I thought it was. I can't lie.
Let me go have a look.
Hang on. It's in the World Cup actually. It is in the World Cup.
Are you joking me?
Oh!
I knew it. Was it 06? Was it 06?
It's 06, yeah.
Nah, you're gassing me.
Euros. I genuinely
what's he done? Oh.
Nah, you boys made me clown myself. Then
no, don't say you boys. Don't say you boys. It wasn't me.
It was me.
It wasn't me. I didn't know there was anything wrong with it. It's only Mav. Oh wow.
I thought that was 04 Euros. Genuinely fair.
That's poor from you, Mav. I can't lie. Very poor. Very, very poor.
Yeah, I love the fact that you all chirped up and went, no, it's absolutely...
Yeah, nah, you're right. Nah, you're right, Mav. You know what I mean?
No, because
they let me burn.
So you knew I was wrong,
no,
but
but if anything, I was being the best that I can be, because I was like, do you know what? I thought it was World Cup, but if it wasn't, my bad. I thought it was World Cup as well. I had no issue when Denman sent it to me. I had no issue when I said it out loud. When you said it was the Euros, I was like, oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I started backtracking. I was like, what? I was like, it was the World Cup.
Maybe I'm wrong. So I retract that. You can rewind, and I'm taking my hands back down. Mav is the one that should have his hands in the air.
They're in the air right now, 100%. They're in the air. I genuinely thought that was Euros.
I'm glad we agreed with that again. I'm glad. All right. Anyway, into our top 10. Let us get it. This one, 2 people have it. Callum is joined by our good friend Mav. It's definitely iconic though. I can't lie. 2002. R9's haircut, R9's 2002 run, whatever you want. The trim, all of it. R9 and 02, I understand. Mav, you can talk us through it a little bit more, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't... I just see this as one of the most iconic World Cup things ever. R9's trim is spoken about to this day consistently. Whenever R9's mentioned, his haircut is the first thing anyone will talk about. So it has to be one of the most iconic World Cup things or moments, in my opinion. Is even his performance at that World Cup was crazy, but the hair alone is just it's in everything. It's everywhere. Anytime you mention the World Cup, the first thing someone will say, second thing, third thing someone will say is the haircut. Always.
Well, I mean, to be fair, 3 people would disagree because it's not in our top 10. So it might be the 11th or 12th thing that we say. But I hear what you're saying. It's definitely, it definitely is iconic. And why is Devin just laughing?
Just as the way you said, yeah, mate, yeah, I agree, but it's not in our top 10, so sorry.
No, I mean, I can't say it's the second or third thing I think of if I didn't think of it for my list. But it is iconic. After seeing your list, I'm like, yeah, do you know what? It makes sense. But I don't like to change my list after seeing... other people's thing, because then it's a bit biased. But anyway, into 9th place, 2 panelists have this in, and Half does as well. At least it's a normal one this time. And no surprise, it is the 2 panelists who have the most experience here, Denman and Mav. 2002 Ronaldinho free kick versus England. Denman, chat to us, sir. Where were you? Were you at work?
I can't remember, bro. I can't remember where I was. At work? Are you mad? So I was 8 then? I think 8 or 9. But it's just something I can remember vividly in my memory, innit? The Ronaldinho free kick where it just lobs over David Seaman. I just remember people saying, "Well, did he mean it? Did he not mean it?" Like, it's like, yeah, it's just an iconic memory for me, to be honest. Like, and I just wanted to
I hear that.
I wanted to put it in there, and I didn't really put anything good about Brazil in my thing, so I felt like they kind of deserved something, and that was it. And it was against
heritage.
England, obviously, being English.
Unbiased. I respect it.
Yeah.
Mav, you gave it a lot of points. Thoughts?
Yeah, for me personally, and this is frustrating because it fits the narrative of my intro, but I remember it very, very vividly at school, you know, and watching it on. No, it didn't actually. I was about to say watching it on rollout TV. That would have been even funnier in the assembly hall. But it was whiteboard, basically, you know, projected whiteboards, so on and so forth. And it was one of those things that our school did this thing where anyone that wanted to watch games that couldn't potentially watch them at home or whatever, watch them together, or people watch them together. And that was one of them, you know, and being around my friends, watching that moment, and obviously sinking hopes and dreams of a nation was pretty memorable. And I don't think it's something I'm ever going to forget. You know, it was, for me, that was football growing up. Did
he mean it? Yes or no? Did he mean it?
Didn't he get sent off that game as well? I'm pretty sure he got sent off.
I'll be honest. I think he did, but at the same, I don't know. It's one of them that I think it's one of those moments that he saw him off his line, and he kind of changed halfway through the run, and I don't know. I think it's just one of those things that you're never going to really know, because you can see if he said yes. You could also see someone arguing he didn't mean it, you know. So I don't know. All I know is it dinked him, it lobbed him, and it broke our hearts. That's all I know. So for me, as a personal thing, that's always going to be high on my list, because I was what, 12 years old then? Yeah. 12,
Blimey.
11,
Fair enough.
11, 12.
Demo, to answer you, I don't know if you got a red card. For me, like, it's definitely iconic, but it was like my first proper World Cup was 06. Like 02, I have like very vague memories of random things, so I couldn't really find enough room for that one. However, one that I know nobody here has any memory of, and no one on the panel put them in, but they have managed to scrape 8th place because of the mods. And it's a good thing I had some diversity, otherwise it would have been even higher. We have 1966 When It Came Home.
Fair play. Fair play.
Of course, it's an English-based panel, or because fair.
Yeah. No, the funny thing is, literally only 2 people have it. It's Tyler and it's Callum, but they've put it, you know, quite high up in their lists.
Yeah, it doesn't. The 2 names you said don't surprise me either.
Yeah. Well, Alfie didn't put it, so that's an interesting.
That's a surprise. That is a surprise.
I've only put one moment from when I weren't born. That's all. And yeah, we won't go into that until, like, obviously you say.
Yeah,
but...
fair enough. This one, however, believe it or not, in 7th place, we have a moment that all of us on the panel have put in.
Ooh. Wait, come on.
However, in fact, this makes it even crazier. All of us have put it in. Only one of the mods has. And the mod is Tyler, which makes it even more confusing.
Oh, okay.
I know which one.
I think I know which moment this is going to be now, but...
The moment is... Oh, and it's Lampard! Is that over the line? No, it's not. It is!
Yeah.
Not given!
Yeah.
Oh, blimey.
I'm surprised
Frank
considering...
Lampard, 2010.
Do you know what it is? I'm surprised that, like, people who... in your panel have put on like other English things haven't put that in.
That's why, like, when he said Tyler and he just said that Tyler put in the World Cup win, I knew I had an inkling that it was going to be obviously one of the most iconic English moments in the World Cup that he will have seen himself for once.
I loved it. Like, personally, I can't lie to you. Right now, I don't really mind England win, England lose, is what it is. Back then, I was a super hater. Like on Facebook, I remember I was getting like slandered because my profile picture was like the ball over the line with like Neuer diving, but then it's gone over, and everyone in the comments was yelling. They were saying like, "Yo, come school tomorrow, we're gonna rush you." Nothing happened at school, and I think actually, is this the one that made them bring like goal line technology?
Yeah.
This was
literally shaped football for forever. That moment is single-handedly the reason we have VAR and goal line technology now. It's literally that is the catalyst moment.
Yeah, fair enough. Yaz, your thoughts on that moment? How were you feeling as a Lampard fan?
Back then I was young, but now looking at it, I love it. I'm an English hater. I'll be sorry, Denman and Mav, but like,
Oh, I don't.
What day? No, yes, I
National
don't even know what
football,
team. What country do you follow, or what's your country? Is it Saudi?
I'm
Saudi.
Saudi, yeah, Saudi,
Ah,
Syrian.
fair.
You can't really laugh at me, so
You can still laugh, to be fair. You're still out. But fair.
it don't matter expectations. But back then, like, it was an outrageous moment. Just everyone went wild, crazy. People were just fighting just about it, whether it's in or out. And obviously, it brought in goal line technology, so it helped change football. But yeah, right now looking at it, iconic moment, love it. Back then, I was also going crazy with the other guys.
Nah, it was a crazy game, because I think this was the same game where Özil just ran through the team like it was nothing, and then they were all saying, "Oh, if that had gone in, it would have been England gonna win 3-0, whatever." He got packed.
Changed the game.
Bro. He got packed.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, well, too bad.
It's one of those things as well that, of course, it was in England v Germany. You know, the history that there was behind that every time they met in the World Cup or even in friendlies, it was the most ridiculous energy I've seen towards another country. Like, it was always that way. It had to be that fixture that something like that happens in.
Mad iconic.
Well,
I can't lie.
Moving on to 6th place. Every single person has put this on their list, except myself. I think we already know. We already know what this is.
Yeah.
So basically, you lied because the fact you don't put it on is why it should be on, because it's that iconic and it's that heart wrenching to you that it should be on your list, because it is clearly your number one.
I put Suarez. No, I put Suarez crying in 2022. I gave Suarez his flowers and I put him in the list.
Man said I gave his flowers.
And that to me is like, wow, like that's. And remember, that's Suarez's last game in the Uruguay show. That's incredible, man. Wow, what an assist he had, and it meant nothing.
Yeah, but just.
But yeah, anyway, listen, I'll let you guys take the floor, man. Go on. No, but it's not my iconic moment. That's my personal opinion. It's like it's a handball, bro. Like it happens.
It's
man.
like I'm not even gonna go too deep into it, but like I said, the fact that you refuse to put it on because of how much it matters to you is how it should be on your list, because it is clearly one of the most iconic moments
I just forgot it happens.
in your experience. Because
I just forgot about it. It's gone.
Yeah, of course you forgot about it. I've heard about it basically every single day this World Cup's been on, from you and Drew. That's how iconic this moment is to you Ghanaians, I'm afraid. That it is literally single-handedly the biggest moment in World Cup history for you guys. It might have gone against you, but that is the truth of the situation.
No, well, the thing is, I don't really.
It is
like, me
true though, isn't it? It's the
me
literal
personally,
truth.
if someone is, let's say somebody commits a crime, or they're doing racism, or they're biting people or whatever, to me, do I find that iconic? Not really. That's not iconic. That should be frowned upon.
Yeah, but you're now including stuff he's done outside of that moment. This moment alone.
Not the bite.
Yeah. Yeah.
He cheated.
No, the bite was on Chiellini, no?
Yeah.
So not this match, was it? The match
that
we're
bite was
talking about
iconic as well.
is Ghana versus Uruguay, where he handballed it off the line, and then Asamoah Gyan went and missed the penalty.
That was a different moment. That's a different moment. That's a different moment. The moment was he handballed it. That's it.
Okay,
sure.
That's
a separate moment.
Nah, thank you very much for adding.
Yeah, that's a different moment. What are you on about, man? It's the handball only, all right?
It's the handball only.
We don't talk about what happened after.
What the handball led to, you know, and him down the tunnel, literally so happy, so excited, giving it the
Why is man doing this? Why is man doing this?
Inject it.
Why is this guy doing this, bro?
Inject it, man. What a moment.
Wow.
What a moment.
Anyway, what a dead moment that was. To be fair, so remember I was telling you guys I was getting cooked for the England slander of 2010. Yeah, a week later, my messages was my Facebook messages were filled, with this guy's putting Suarez handball non-stop. I can't lie. It was long. But anyway, listen, it's in 6th place. It got on the list. In 5th place, with 31 points, 6 people out of the 9 have this moment in there. All of us on the panel except Yaz have this one in. Tyler and Alfie are the mods, as well as Ted having this one in.
Great company.
It is 2010. It is Jabulani!
Yeah.
Go South Africa!
What a moment, by the way.
Go for all Africa!
That
Bafana.
literally set the precedent for like the World Cup at that moment, wasn't it? Like, you know, when that goal went in, you was like, yeah,
bro.
The World Cup's here,
Bullet
like host
culture.
nation, top corner,
man.
and then the celebration.
Little
That was
celebration
cold
as well.
Yeah. It literally,
That
I
even
loved
get used
it.
to
Like,
this day, bro.
I loved
It was
it.
crazy.
I loved it.
That
man,
is,
like,
that's
yeah.
World Cup. That is World Cup heritage, right
World
there,
Cup
isn't it?
heritage,
It's
proper.
it's the Jabulani, and obviously the way it was spoken about beforehand, and how this ball moves than any ball, more than any ball's ever going to move. Like, it was literally in the build up to the World Cup, them
It
talking about this ball,
it,
and
bro.
people were like, "Why are we talking about a football so much?" And then literally,
Clark's it top
have
corner.
that.
Like,
Bro.
Yeah,
oh man, that
serious.
is that honestly, bro.
Chaos.
That brings smiles to my face whenever I
Yeah,
see like,
serious.
whenever I see like that GIF or like, you know, of the guys dancing, you just know exactly what the goal was like. Oh, it's
I
class.
wanted to put Vuvu Sailors in brackets on this one as well in my
Yeah.
list, by the way, because that
It gets a lot of haters.
That joins it
How
for me.
about that?
Yeah.
I like the vuvuzelas, man. It gives it like
The
I
atmosphere.
like
was
it,
crazy.
and I don't know. Like, I do and I don't kind of thing. Like,
it's a different atmosphere. For me.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy it personally.
it's-
It made it unique.
it's the culture in it, like, which kind of like makes it what it is as well. Like, I like it. I love the
Yeah.
World Cup, man. I can't even lie.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah,
just
it's
sick.
cold,
Just
man.
every
It's
single
cold.
different like culture.
Yeah.
Just from their celebrations, like you got the Brazilians dancing, like just
Roy
it's
Keane
sick.
is spewing about it.
Yeah,
Don't
like,
tell
bro,
Roy
it's
Keane,
that.
man.
It's
Don't
just-
tell
it's
Roy
just that.
Keane.
Bro, it's just sick, man. Like, I love it.
Yes, you didn't have it on your list. Did you just forget it, or it wasn't iconic enough for you?
It wasn't just iconic for me because I don't think I remember anything from that match. Like the Chabalala stuff was all replays after. But like Asamoah and celebrations for me was more iconic because I watched every single one of them.
No, I hear that. Listen, I cannot disagree with you on that one. That one is
of course.
pure factos. Fair enough. All right, then. We get into our top 4. Now, this one, it's a bit of a sticky one because some moments, you know, as we've seen with Yaz, he decided to put an entire World Cup as one moment. And then some people are putting 60 seconds as one moment. So bear with us on this one. But in 4th place, if I'm not mistaken, I'm the only one on the panel who has it. But the mods do, and it is very high up. And you might understand my confusion when I tell you that it is the solo goal scored by Diego Armando Maradona.
Ooh.
19, the one where he ran through like 7-8 players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, the thing that makes it funny for me, is obviously everyone's seen it before. Everyone knows, even though it was before our time. I was watching Argentina versus Poland, I think it was, on ITV last week. And during the halftime break, we had a certain Gary Neville doing Monday Night Football analysis on how he would have stopped that goal. He was there saying, he was there like, oh, Terry Butcher, I know you're on a yellow card, but you have to like dive in there, show him outside. And I'm there thinking, brother, this is Diego Maradona. What do you mean show him on his inside, show him on the... I couldn't believe what I was seeing, but in my opinion, that is probably like the best goal that we've seen in the World Cup, and therefore I put it in. I understand, however, why guys haven't put that, because I guess we'll see further on. But if anyone has any thoughts on the goal, you're more than welcome to give them.
Yeah, I've not
I
got
think
really no thoughts. Like,
Yeah, I think it was a great goal, but I didn't watch it, so I can't say that it is in my top moments. I didn't watch it in the moment.
Yeah, no, reasonable. Like I said, it is. I understand why. Looking at the rest of the list, you guys, I'm sure, watching, you're smart enough. You can work out why it hasn't been given that many votes. However, this one in 3rd place, the bronze medalist. This is one of the most iconic matches ever. This one, we were all alive. We all watched it live in real time.
This has got this high up.
2014. 2014. Brazil 1. Germany 7. Now, Mav, you had it obviously very low down, so I guess you can start and go there for us, because you are surprised.
Where did you have it, Mav?
I have it in ninth place.
Ninth.
So for me, absolutely, I agree with you. In terms of individual matches, if you ask me to think of matches, this is one of the first that pops in my head. For the sole reason that Brazil were genuinely looking so good. Obviously, Neymar broke his back. He was kind of their main man. He was carrying. Guys were kind of scared, thinking Brazil could win this tournament. Then we go into the game against Germany, who were playing okay in the tournament, but nothing special. And then... boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't know what happened in the Brazilian camp, but that's capitulation of the highest order. David Luiz
in your own house, by the way.
Yeah,
in Brazil. Oh, yeah, it's deep. I can't lie. It's yeah.
Like I always think back to that one picture. Yeah, I think the brother passed away, so R.I.P. to him. But the old man holding that, that World Cup trophy. Yeah. There was like some old man. He was crying in tears. Yeah. He's in tears. Because that German machine, ruthless. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, especially because we all, whether you are from there or not, most people like here obviously are not having any Brazilian links. We want to see Brazil do well because they are the culture club of the World Cup, or the culture country of the World Cup. But that 7-1, it still makes no sense in my head today. Denman, how were you feeling when you were watching that unfold?
Bro, I was on the strip in Napa in like a club, like whilst that was happening, bro. Like in a bar with like the TV on. So, like, I can't even lie. Like live, it was on, but it wasn't taking all of my attention at the same time because I was working. So like, yeah, you just remember them getting absolutely packed in on their own patch and just creasing up. Even though it was Brazil, and I do like Brazil, but it was funny. I can't lie.
Oh, of course.
No, of course.
Like, it was very, very, very funny.
Yeah, so you got this very high on your list. How were you feeling about this game, sir?
Listen, I have no relations with Brazil. I'm not Brazilian. I don't have any Brazilian heritage. I was watching with my family and friends, and I tell you, the room was silent. It's like someone passed away. It's just silence.
It was mad.
We expected it to be a close game. You see the first goal come in, you're like, okay, Brazil can bounce back. 20 minutes later, it's 5-0. You're like, what just happened? What just happened? Like, it doesn't make sense at all. And it's one of the most iconic World Cup games of all time.
No, definitely. It gives me not quite the same because the teams are completely different, but it gives me a bit of the vibes from what I was seeing of Brazil just this week when they mashed like 4 goals in like 20 minutes just last week. But to do that against Brazil at their house,
crazy,
bro. That Germany team, and it wasn't even like a stacked front line with like superstars or whatever. You're getting packed in by like Muller and Khedira and these men. Like,
Khedira and Cruz were playing 1-2s in their own box, scoring goals. It was just unreal stuff, man. That team was different.
But fair enough. Everyone has voted that into their list at some point, apart from Alfie and Callum. They didn't really, I guess, rate it enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, because
we now move on.
Yeah, and they were
Callum
busy,
was watching
they were busy
Carlos
celebrating
Alberto,
at the American
1970. All right then, our top 2 in total 90 history. We have received 1 total 90. I believe it was Neymar. I'm gonna tell you right now, we haven't got a total 90 here. What we have got is arguably the closest top 2 we've ever had. This one, literally, Mav was the last person to send me his list, and Mav may have swung it one way or another. In second place, with 74 points, 2006 Zidane headbutt.
Yeah, I thought so.
My goodness, it goes without saying that Zidane, for as incredible as he was, everything technically gifted, had the numbers, had the eye test, had whatever you want. You think about Zidane, you think about my man rocking Materazzi's chest.
Oh my God!
And all the memes that came from, like, but the fact that it was 06 here, and I can remember seeing memes on the internet. Like, this was before.
Oh my God. Listen, bro, I had a Sony Ericsson phone then, and my background was like a GIF, like not a GIF, but like a video which had been made of like
I know what
him
you mean.
headbutting him and putting him to the ground, like mental. Didn't he win player of the tournament as well? I'm pretty sure he won player of
I
the
think
tournament.
so. I mean, he was cooking. That was going to be like an all-time World Cup performance. With a little Panenka before as well. Wow.
He lost it for them. Genuinely, I genuinely believe that. Like you said, Zidane. It was literally, again, it was kind of like Messi coming into this tournament in the way that everyone was like, right, this is Zidane's last one. You know, France are cooking. France are great. Like it's written in the stars for Zidane to win this World Cup. You know, and obviously bow out as one of the greats, which he obviously is anyway. And as you know, like never in his career have you seen that from him. That's the thing. I think that's why it went
out of nowhere,
I think
bro.
that's why it is so spoken about. Like if it was Gattuso that went and did that, you know, De Jong went and did that, like obviously it would be spoken about. But it's the fact that Zidane, the most consummate professional his entire time, just snapped, and everyone wants to know, like I do, like obviously there's the rumors, but everyone wants to know what Materazzi said to
I think it was confirmed something about
his mum or his sister.
His mum, I believe.
Yeah, his sister,
I
his
think
mum.
they confirmed that.
Yeah, is that confirmed? Because I know that's
yeah,
the
no,
rumor.
it was
Is it officially confirmed?
It's confirmed. Yeah,
okay.
They,
So
they had some,
yeah, bro. Like, how have you made someone that was that kind of, that had a good temperament just it was just sensational. The only thing I wish
he's rattled him
is he nutted him properly, because it was kind of a dead headbutt.
That's
what
I
annoys
think
everyone. Like, I really wish he just grabbed his collar and just gave him one properly on the chin. But still, the way he did it is also another reason why it's such a meme, because it's so brilliant.
But I genuinely, there was like YouTube videos, and obviously this is like, you know, 06, so YouTube is not massive back then. But there was YouTube videos of guys like editing Materazzi into like random like Super Mario characters, or
Menno.
Like, you know that like bullet from like Mario when they were running in that. They were making bare memes. I couldn't believe it, bro. 06. And then there's that image of him like walking past the World Cup trophy, because he knows like I've bugged out, man. I've messed up still. No second World Cup for me. But there we go.
I swear that game ended on pens as well, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like he didn't even get to end up taking a penalty either. Yeah, he chalked it. I can't even lie.
Chalked it.
Yeah.
Good headbutt. Good headbutt. Like, very good headbutt in my opinion.
Clean connection.
Yeah, your thoughts on the headbutt? Did you like the headbutt?
Yeah, no, it's clean.
I didn't watch it live. That's how iconic it is. I was like 4 years old back then, but it was just crazy that to the day we speak about it and we see it everywhere. Just an unreal headbutt. As I said, Denman said, clean connection, man. Straight to the chest.
You know, it reminds me of like it don't remind me of, but like, you know, say for example we done like a Prem one of these, and you'd have like the Newcastle boys, Dyer and
Dyer and Bowyer.
Yeah, it's a bit like that, and it just ain't in football no more, is it? So like that's why it is iconic. Crazy. Like you rarely see it nowadays. Like
especially like from my age that I was, Zidane was like still some sort of mythical creature that you only see like once a month, like in Champions League, right? Or you play with him on FIFA Street and he's cooking. I don't see him week in, week out. I get to see him twice a month if I'm lucky. And then he does that. I'm thinking, oh, this brother's a human being. Wow, fair enough. But there we go. That is second place, 74 points. Zinedine Zidane with the headbutt to bow out on the international stage. And in first place, I'm sure you guys can imagine watching back home, 77 points. So a 3-point gap between this one and Zidane. This is something that I call the right way to use your hand in football. It is 1986. Diego Armando Maradona, the hand of God.
Do you know what, man says the right way, and I get that. Like
the correct way.
I do get it. Like if there is,
he still didn't make his list, but yeah, we move.
No, but this is the correct, because this is iconic and we all remember it from beforehand.
It's not
and
against
you're
thinking,
your team. No, because I'm there thinking like, hold on a minute, you know, but there's no VAR in that. But surely you got a Maradona who's like 5'4" jumping for a header. How does it even make sense, like with physics, that he would get there ahead of a goalkeeper with their full reach? And he realized, no, the brother used his hand, and he did such a clean connection to punch it bins as well. It wasn't like it just, you know, trickled down his knuckle or something, bro. He punched that, bro. What a goal that was, man. Denman, your thoughts on that goal, mate?
Yeah, like it was good, mate. Like I was watching it and like. Yeah. Look, it's one of those ones I just had to put in my list because you can't not have it in my list.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
all the other things, I was alive and I would have been sat there watching it one way or another. But with that one, I feel like that's like the exception to kind of being realistic because it's just so famous, isn't it? Like everyone
you just have the image of him doing that, and you have the image. Like,
yeah, it's literally Maradona. Like that's whenever you think of Maradona, you think of a couple of things, don't you? His goal, like
solo goal or that.
the handball, and then like him just doing a roulette as well. I
How
always
can
just think
both
of
of
that.
those goals be in the same match? By the way, this guy's an icon. This guy punched it in the net and said, "Okay, that's not enough. Say nothing. I'm gonna score the best goal you've ever seen in the World Cup in the same match." Fair enough. And Mav, you got this as your number one.
Yes.
So I guess tell us about that one.
Yeah, and obviously I didn't want to go too tough into it about the Maradona solo goal, but the very reason that I can put this moment in happily in my number one spot, having not ever watched it, is because my entirety of growing up, my entirety of playing football, my entirety of watching the World Cup, this moment is spoken about by everyone from every nation. Every single time you talk about football, every single time you talk about the World Cup, every single time you talk about Maradona. So even though I never saw it in the moment, I understood the emotions of it from everyone across the world all the time, because you could speak to anybody anywhere that enjoys football and they will know that moment. And that's why for me, even though I didn't physically see it, it's still my number one moment, because it is the World Cup for me. That moment quite literally is just the World Cup for me. That personifies it. Him and that moment and his other goal. Like I kind of wanted to put them into one moment, but obviously I just put hand of God. That game and that him is the personification of the World Cup for me. It's just everything about it.
Yeah. And you said about everyone speaking about it. I remember we were chatting about it on my stream last week. I forget what game was being played, and Alfie was telling me that his dad has had an agenda on Maradona ever since. Because he was so rattled. Obviously, he was against England, so his dad just hates Maradona. I will never give that guy any credit for anything.
No, I rate it.
That very humble. No, of course.
No, I rate it. I can't lie.
If we were there again, if that happens now, you're livid, innit?
Bro, he'd be
Livid.
catching
Yes,
verbals left, right, and centre, bro.
Livid. Like, again, not to bring it up, but look, it's the very reason, like, you have that moment, basically, or a very similar moment. And I understand it. I was bantering earlier, of course, but I fully understand it, because it's great to watch and not be the recipient of. But as the recipient, again, the Irish fans on Henry, they absolutely hate him for obvious reasons. So, like, I can understand it, like, because I am English, it should be a moment that I dislike in so many ways, but it didn't affect me because I wasn't alive. So I can enjoy the brilliance of it from that side.
But could you imagine, like, Ronaldo right now, for example, like in a semi-final or something, Ronaldo just punches it in.
Oh my God, he gets
that backlash.
Done.
It's gonna be.
He's done. No one rates him ever again.
It's
No,
gonna. Maradona
is-
just has the ability to just do whatever he wants, and nobody really cares. I'll bring it up again. I don't know if I've said it on the pod, but we talk about it on stream all the time. People will bring up that, like, whatever this guy's done. Maradona. They go and ask you about what happened when he shot that journalist in 1970. Bro, no one cares. He just shot a journalist and everyone just carried on because it's Maradona. Like, at some point, it's like, do you know what? Hey, it's Diego, man. Like,
do you not remember him at the last World Cup? What was it like?
Yes.
When he was the manager.
The guy was moving
No,
nuts.
the
like,
2018.
the most recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
against
But no,
against
moving
Nigeria.
nuts with a girl, moving nuts like with all, you know,
Bro,
what
he
on the
can do
like,
whatever,
on like
no
on the
one,
thing,
like-
Yeah,
it's
man.
mad.
It is mad.
Wait, did you not see that?
I was thinking.
Sorry, go on.
No, I've seen it. The glass, like.
Yeah, no, but I was
wall
going to
or
mention
whatever.
as well. Did you not see the video going around of Roberto Carlos having a smoke in one of the Qatar stadiums as well? The
I
other
ain't
day
seen
as
that
well.
one
Like, there's a
still.
video of him getting caught just smoking in a stadium. Like, it's just jokes.
bro,
Like,
the
these
whole
players do
Brazil
what they
team,
want,
man.
man. Like,
Do what
these
they
want.
all timers.
It's different, man. You can't start punching the ball now, bro. Ronaldo tried to claim a header that wasn't even near him. He tried to use his head. Maybe if he used his hand, it would have counted or something. But there we go. Anyway, that is our top 10 list. Now, as happy as I am with this list, I'll be honest with you guys watching back home, I'm even happier because the time that this took to record is exactly under 1 hour, which means no editing for me, no cropping. You get the full video. Now, I'm going to give you the top 10 just to round off here, just as a bit of a reminder. In 10th place, we have R9 2002, the haircut, the goals, whatever you want to mention. 9th place, we have Ronaldinho free kick 2002 versus David Seaman. In 8th place, we have when it came home in 1966. Well done, England fans.
How's that made
You've
it,
ruined
man?
our list. You've ruined our list. No, do you know why it made it? Because Tyler and Callum gave it 10 points. There you go. That's why.
They put it as
That's
number
why
one.
it made it.
They put it as number one.
They put it as number
Get
one
these
all
guys
time.
off, man.
Come on,
In
England.
7th place, we have Lampard hitting the crossbar, and then it bounces out. 6th place, when Ghana became one of the greatest teams to reach the quarterfinals and almost got to the semis, but they didn't, unfortunately.
But did they
In
not?
5th place, in 5th place, Jabulani, what a goal, Bafana. 4th place, we have Maradona's solo goal that Terry Butcher should have maybe dived in for a tackle and taken a second yellow card. 3rd place, we have Brazil 1, Germany 7. 2nd place, Zidane's bullet header. And in 1st place, 1986, the hand of God. I am very impressed with that list. I think we've given respect to some old moments, but also acknowledged that the ones that we were alive for. Hopefully you man enjoyed it. I think I've had a lot of fun with this one, I can't lie. But that's our top 10. Please go and follow all these guys on their socials. The usuals, it will be in the bio. It's going to be on your screen. Demon and Mav, is it coming home?
I think we can beat France.
Ooh. Mav,
Yeah.
from?
I don't know. I'll let you know after Saturday.
50-50.
fair enough, man.
50-50. If we beat France, I'll get carried away. Until then, I'm not going to get carried away.
Fair enough. Well, I meant to tell you that France are packing.
And
in
also,
England. Mbappe's
Netherlands are
going
packing
crazy.
in Argentina, by the way.
I wouldn't mind that. But anyway, listen, it's been great. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back again next week, Thursday, for whatever video. I don't know what we're going to do. Probably a draft soon at some point for a team of the tournament. Without any further ado, anyway, in a bit, you man. Safe.